Why I got involved with United Academics and unionizing the faculty has a bit of a history to it. Prior to being at the University of Oregon, I had a job where I helped unionize my coworkers with AFSCME, after which I was summarily fired, not surprisingly, okay? During the whole 1980s, I worked very strongly with the Solidarity Organization for Central American Causes, including being arrested and doing a lot of occupations and things that were right to do at the time. I saw definite progress, not that everything is fixed in Central America, but I saw the results, some very good results of our activity. So I've always felt that working as a collective makes a ton of sense. In 1999, I came to the university to do my master's degree. So I was a master's student from 1999 to 2001. Well, I was also a steward with the GTFF. And as a steward, I started to see that there was a lot of discord amongst the GTFs as well as amongst faculty. But I was just getting a hint of it then. And I thought, here I am as a GTF getting my master's degree. I had a lot on my plate. I had to write the thesis and do a lot of reading and teaching. So was I 100% involved? No. But I got a real good sense that things were not quite right at the university. Well, I graduated in June of 2001, and I put in my CV and statement of purpose to our Department of Romance Languages to try for a job. Lo and behold, in September, there I was. I was hired at that time as a pool instructor. Being a little bit older and wiser now, I realized what jeopardy that meant to me in my career, because every 10 weeks I would have to fill out paperwork, send it or walk it over to Johnson Hall to say, yes, I want to be hired again for the next term. What I now know is that on a whim, maybe the department head or the dean or the provost could say, we didn't like Juanita's attitude yesterday, we don't like what she's wearing, we heard about an interaction with a student, and I could just be fired. So I didn't realize how tentative my job was. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm speaking for all pool instructors at the time. So I roll along a few years and I get wind that there are a couple of faculty members who are really going to try again to get some support going to unionize the faculty. Well, I was very interested in this. In the meantime, I'd been hearing words around campus like inequity, internal and external inequities, compression, stagnant salaries, all kinds of things that people were very worried about. And I thought, I'm not educated enough to work on these things, but I know with a collective we can do something. So that's why I got involved. And I was one of the activists who did the conversations. We went to all different departments, spoke to colleagues from other units, people who I'd never met, buildings I had never set foot in. So it was a real education in doing that, and doing that with some of the people who were hired as staff to help work with us. So I found that fascinating. That rolled along. We got up a real head of steam and finally reached the point where we thought we could do the card check and be successful, which is, again, one-on-one conversations with our colleagues in other departments and asking them face-to-face, will you sign this card that says, yes, I certify that United Academics, the AFT and the AAUP, will represent me in my faculty union. And then you sign, we collect the cards, and when we reach our threshold, which we did it by the letter of the law, we became a union. So it was a magnificent process, very learning process, very arduous, and I came to find out that people were really dissatisfied with the way things went on around here. Some of the key things that we organized around were transparency, voice, and shared governance. When we worked on those ideas and we were looking at what our university had in terms of policy behind specifics in those ideas, sometimes there was no policy. So we had to beg, borrow, and steal from other universities' policies and see what we could kind of cobble together. We took a whole summer doing that. It was a great process. We worked very, very hard. And that kind of laid the groundwork for our first CBA. I was not on the bargaining team with our first collective bargaining agreement, but I was present. And what I saw then was a real antagonism between the administration and the members of our bargaining team, especially the lead negotiator for the administration, who debased and insulted our faculty quite a bit. Yeah, that gives us a little power to fight back. Anyway, we got our first CBA, which was quite wonderful. Something I neglected to mention was in the organizing process, we reached a point where we wondered, should we organize just tenured faculty or tenured faculty and non-tenured track faculty? We decided to do both, which I think had a hugely positive effect on our union. Non-tenured track faculty outnumbers tenured track faculty. I am non-tenured track, and so I feel that I was a person who was kind of collecting information from other non-tenured track people all over campus, and it was absolutely fascinating. We do a lot of the heavy lifting. We teach a lot of students. We have more classes. Our workload was overwhelming, and we wanted to take a good hard look at that. So all of those things have been very eye-opening and empowering, and we just recently negotiated our second CBA. We shook hands over that CBA on Wednesday or Thursday, August 13th at 1:05 in the morning across the table. The second band of negotiators for the administration and their lead negotiator were quite wonderful to work with. It was a give and take. It was a very respectful sharing of information and proposals and counters. And when we shook hands, we really felt, both sides felt like we had really accomplished something quite wonderful. It was a great experience. Well, as a result of our second CBA and how successful that was, we know that we didn't get everything, but some of the things that we did secure are very important. One is we have to fight to retain our health care and retirement benefits, which we did, so that's great. We do have something which is called the expectation of continued employment. So if you're an NTTF and you've achieved promotion after 6 years, you're pretty secure. The security comes in you maintaining that excellent level of teaching and instruction, and then you're pretty solid in your job. Another thing that we agreed with during bargaining was that the administration and members of our union would work together to explore a sick leave bank, which could be a real win-win for everyone on campus. So that's in the works. And the other thing that we're going to explore is gender inequity. We know that on this campus women make less than men, and we want to take a good hard look at that and work with the administration to fix that. So there are things in progress. Nothing's a quick fix. So we've bargained twice, first after 2 years, a 2-year contract, and now we've bargained for a 3-year contract, which I think is quite wonderful because it gives us a chance to let things settle in, to iron out the bumps. Each department has to implement everything that we bargained. Not all departments were able to do that during the first round, so we're still putting those things in place right now, which is very important. And it also gives us a chance to catch our breath. And for United Academics, it also gives us a chance to build our union, to get more members, to get more people involved more directly, and find out what, if there are any new needs that we haven't addressed, and get those on the table. So we are all about transparency, shared governance, and voice, and we believe that the administration is working with us on those things. So it's been a wonderful experience. My vision for the future of the University of Oregon and United Academics is our union is here to stay. I mean, I can't imagine any way that we would disappear. I think we're here to stay. We're here to constantly tweak and refine and maintain what we fought for and get new faculty involved, the new blood. There will be new tenure lines that President Schill talks about. So there's always a lot of work to be done. One thing, and this is my aside, my family has teased me mercilessly over the years about teaching at a football university, which is not part of my being. And when I found out that there were boatloads of money going over to the athletic department at the expense of academics, I mean, that's a tipping point. So I want to keep an eye on that and make sure that there's some kind of controls with that. That's something that's kind of we've been kept in the dark about that. And I think over time, we're going to get to know a little bit more about that, and I hope we do. Not because I'm tired of being teased. I enjoy it. So anyway, I think that what we have to do is maintain what we've fought for and build on that and get membership up and continue to be very proud of United Academics. I really believe it's changed the whole tenor of this university in a very positive way.